Hey everybody, Ed from ContentMaxima.com. We all know we need content, but most of us have no idea where to begin. Today in this video, I'm going to cover our analysis module. So to talk to you a little bit about this module and then to jump in and show it to you, I'm on our website right now under solutions and I have chosen the analysis module. So basically what the analysis module does is it builds blueprints around any topic, any niche, any industry, absolutely anything that you can think of in the world. The best results you're going to get are high level ideas, right? So the more and more granular you get, the less and less likely the software will be able to break it down. Obviously, it can break down most anything, but if you get ultra specific, it may have difficulties breaking that subject matter down because there's no more smaller parts, if that makes sense. So I want you to think about your highest level idea, your highest level keyword, entity, sales item, brand name, whatever concept, theme, idea that you can think of, just think really high level, because this module is going to break it down and make it easy for you to develop a beautiful content strategy. So if you're ever feeling lost, this is the module for you. So let's take a quick review of the features of this module. So again, if you're feeling lost, you don't know where to begin for yourself, for your brand, for a client, if you're running an agency, a small business, it doesn't matter who you are. If you're just trying to develop authority in your business, this is a fantastic module. So we break down any subject matter by nodes in a database. I know that sounds technical. I'm going to go into that a little bit to the non-technical folks listening in, but most softwares are not paying attention to the data science. They're not paying attention to how data is stored in a database, and that's how all of big tech operates, whether you're talking search engines, social media, AI and machine learning. It does not matter what you're looking for. This software will break your subject matter down and give you a beautiful content plan to run with so that you're found on all types of digital media. So that being said, it creates blueprints. You'll get an output in Excel, right? A CSV file or an Excel file that has a tree of the concepts that you need to cover to become an authority on whatever subject matter you fed the software. So again, this creates blueprints. It creates really easy content strategy for you, regardless of your skill level. It's like one click easy. Let me show you. So I have the Content Maxima folder installed on my desktop. I'm just going to click into this. I'm going to double click and run the software. I've already inputted my serial number and my OpenAI API key. If you have not, you're just going to come down here to settings. You'll click license number, input your serial number from us, and then click OpenAI, and you'll input the OpenAI API key so that we can use AI technology to help the software perform even better. So first things first, you'll click the analysis module. This is what we're talking about. We're not going to worry about the other two modules in this video. I'll click analysis. It's going to pop open another window. You'll see the software runs in multiple windows. This is your main navigation. This is your console that'll show you the results. And then this is your analysis window where you're actually going to input your idea. So for my example today, I want to become the world's leading expert on BLT sandwiches. So my keyword for analysis is going to be BLT sandwich. Now, to break this concept down, we can have the software do this as minimally as possible or, incredibly robust, right? My suggestion to you based off of mathematics, natural language processing, AI, machine learning, SEO, social media algorithms, all of the patent math that's out there, right? Not to get too technical here, but my suggestion to you is to always run 25 related terms to your primary idea or concept. Now, For each of those 25 related terms, you then can determine how many related terms you want to those. So in this case, I'm going to ask for 5. So this means the software is going to break down BLT sandwich into the 25 most important concepts from a data science perspective. And then each of those 25 concepts is going to be broken down into the 5 most important concepts of that concept. So this is essentially a tree. It's a tree of nodes from a data perspective. It's going to give you the keywords, the subject matter, the entities, however you want to look at this. Again, whether you're technical or not technical, you're simply just saying to the software, hey, I have this idea, I have this concept, I have this keyword, and I need you to break it down into this many parts. So the first tier is going to be 25, the second tier is going to be 5. Within the software, you have the option to choose your OpenAI model. Right now, we support 3.5 Turbo and 4. I highly suggest that you use GPT-4. It gives the absolute best results at this moment in time that I'm filming the video, but very soon there'll be new OpenAI API models that you can access, and we'll update the software so that you can use the newest and best models, because it's only going to get better and better and better as AI continues to progress. So again, this app is running on Python and OpenAI. GPT-4 is the best model to select. So we're going to go ahead and click Start. And what's going to happen is you'll see it reports that it's going to do 25 related entities or keywords, or break the subject down into 25 parts, and then those 25 parts are going to be broken down into 5 parts. And you'll see it's reporting immediately the breakdown of a BLT sandwich. Again, it's using data science to get you a precise definition of what a BLT sandwich is. That way, when you go to develop your content, whether you're planning out a website, or whether you're trying to come up with blogs and articles or social media posts, or you're trying to train an AI model, or you're trying to do absolutely anything, digital marketing content, absolutely any type, this is going to give you that formula. When it's done, you're going to get this little window that says execution complete. And in your Content Maxima application folder, there will be a folder called Analysis Scans. Every time you run one of these analysis scans, it's going to build you a Microsoft Excel file. So let's open this Excel file and we'll take a look at it. So to help out visually and to show you what this software has done so it's not overwhelming, the very first thing I'm going to do in Excel is I'm just going to right click, and I'm just going to say I'm going to go to expand collapse, and I'm going to say collapse entire field. So this was the keyword that I fed the software, BLT sandwich. This is what I'm trying to become an authority on. I'm maybe going to build a website and write about articles all about the BLT sandwich. So what do I have to write about? Here are the 25 topics that I need to write about to establish topical authority from a data science perspective. So regardless of algorithm, regardless of platform, this is my blueprint, exactly what I need to talk about in order to not only activate all of the bots and algorithm and math, but to actually resonate with my audience, with my users, with my readers, right? This is what people need to hear about in order for them to believe that I'm a subject matter expert. It's all broken down for you here in these 25. So let's look within one of these 25 ideas. So for example, American cuisine. So let's just say I was planning a website, a sitemap, and I wanted to become the topical authority on BLT sandwich. So I'm going to have my BLT sandwich page, right, where I talk all about BLT sandwiches. In addition to that page, I need to have all sorts of supporting content to truly be the authority on BLT sandwiches. So the very next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to write a page about American cuisine. Now on that American cuisine page, I'm definitely going to mention BLT sandwiches because that's what I'm going for. So I still want to make it BLT focused, or at least mention it, right? But then, more importantly, what else do I put on that page? I never would have thought to think about a BLT sandwich as American cuisine, but that's a very interesting concept, something that I would have looked over. I wouldn't have planned it out in my content map or my brainstorming sessions. I just wouldn't have come up with it. So what do I need to talk about on the American cuisine page? Well, I need to talk about apple pie, barbecue ribs, fried chicken, hamburgers, and hot dogs. Now, if I talk about those 5 things on my American cuisine page that then is supporting the idea of the BLT sandwich, I've started to build out a topical map of authority. I've started to define the topic at a much greater level than I might normally do. And this is the data science part that we talk about. You're reverse engineering the definition through natural language processing, which all of these major social platforms, search engines, anything that you and your company or you and your brand are trying to dominate on, this is the secret math that's going to help your message resonate. So if I was going to be the authority on BLT sandwich, I would write a page for each of these topics that support the BLT sandwich. And then on those pages, I would mention these 5 things. And hey, on the bacon page, well, if we're talking about bacon, we got to talk about breakfast and cooking and food preservation and pork and saturated fat, because those concepts help make up bacon and help make up what people need to hear about bacon. So the next thing I'm going to say to you is that this is an infinite possibility for you, because the length that you want to take your content strategy to is entirely up to you. So it might be worth your time just to do a couple pages, or it might be worth your time to do all 25 pages here of the primary nodes that are listed that are important to a BLT sandwich. But if you're in a really, really competitive market, right? You're going nationwide, you're competing with huge billion-dollar brands. The only way that you're going to be found and recommended and optimized, regardless of the type of content that you're doing, is to be really robust in defining your subject matter and really show any robot that's reading your content or any human being that's reading your content that you know what you're talking about. So that being said, if becoming the world's leading expert on BLT sandwich is hard, and I imagine it would be, right? It's a pretty generic subject matter to be an expert on. I don't just need an American cuisine page or article or blog post. I might need one article or blog post on each of these other subject matters. So all of a sudden, I thought I was maybe having to write 25 pages in addition to my BLT page, but now it's going to be, 5 times 25. So you can easily see how this could get carried away, or your effort gets more and more complex. But again, it's how hungry you are. How far do you want to take this? What do you want to own and dominate and be known for in the world? If you're looking to be recommended as the world's leading expert on BLT sandwiches, then this roadmap right here, I would do everything in it. And so at the bare minimum, I would do the 25 pages here, or 25 articles on each of these subject matters, or if it's my social media campaign that I'm coming up with, or my press release campaign that I'm coming up with, I would cover all of these topics. And then within those topics, I would use these secondary words or terms in that content in order to be found from a mathematical or from a data science standpoint. So again, our software is, you could say, cracking or reverse engineering algorithms to help you be seen more, to give you a greater potential of being found, recommended, going viral, all of the things that you want regardless of the platform you're marketing on. So this is that report, and this will help you lay out any type of content strategy. You are now the world's best content strategist, and all you have to remember is that you put in your subject matter and you ask it however many nodes that you want it to run. And just as an example, let's close this spreadsheet and let's run a smaller and then a larger. So we could very easily say to the software, hey, I need the top 5 related terms, right? Or I could say the top 50. Maybe we'll go larger just as an example instead of smaller. So I'm going to click start, and you'll see it's going to do 50 and then 5. So it's going to take a minute. We'll just watch it go. And it's important you shut down Excel in between each run, because the application's running Python, it's opening Excel, it's creating pivot tables automatically for you, it's working with AI, so you just don't want to cause it any issues. If you run into any errors, it very well may be that you have Excel or a spreadsheet open. So my suggestion to you would be to go close out of your spreadsheets before you run the application. If all else fails, close out of the application, reboot it, and then run your next report. All right, so it just finished doing a 50-point analysis with 5 supporting analysis of each of those. So let me come back into my folder here, reopen the file, and you'll see now, instead of having 25 supporting ideas or concepts, we now have 50. And under each one of these, we have the 5 supporting ideas of that concept. So however deep you want to go on the subject matter, the software will go deep. I do not suggest going beyond a couple hundred, just because I think you can get better results in smaller chunks, right? I like to take a more engineered approach and break things down much further rather than going immensely robust. But you could easily say to it, hey, we need to find 200 related topics to BLT sandwiches, and then we need 10 related topics to each of those 200 topics. And now I have a complete, comprehensive content strategy where I have hundreds of pages, right? Potentially thousands of pages, or articles, or blog posts, or social media posts, or whatever you're using the software for. You can run with this blueprint, and it is designed to help you be 100% optimized before any type of algorithm is applied, because this is feeding natural language processing, which big tech and all of these social platforms and search engines are using to understand what you're looking for, and then they're applying their algorithms. So this is kind of like the light in the dark. This will make you one of the best content strategists in the world. I'm not just blowing smoke. Try it for yourself. See what ideas it comes up with. See if you like it, right? See how well it breaks down your subject matter. You are an expert in something. See what the software shows you that you yourself didn't even come up with or think about. And sometimes it's something super obvious. Other times it's not so obvious. So I'm going to show you a couple slides from a presentation I just gave, but since my concept is BLT, if BLT sandwiches are my primary entity or idea or concept, the supporting ideas are bacon, lettuce, tomato, bread, mayonnaise, right? So we're establishing a definition of what that is. Most people could have come up with this on their own. They would realize, hey, a BLT sandwich consists of bacon, lettuce, tomato, and bread. Very, very easy. However, I'm not sure everyone would have remembered mayonnaise, right? And then I'm also not sure that anybody would have remembered a knife, right? Because you can't spread the mayonnaise for the sandwich unless you have a knife. You also can't cut the sandwich unless you have a knife. So what our software is doing is it's finding those one hop, one cell over within a database ideas that define any concept in the world, regardless of what you're talking about. So you do not need to be an expert in a specific subject matter to be an expert at content strategy. Content Maxima analysis will enable you to become an expert at any topic in the world, any industry, any niche. It'll break it down. It's using Python, OpenAI, technology, and it will find you the roadmap, the definition that is required for you to create authority, for you to have your message resonate with your audience. So some of those hidden ideas here with the BLT sandwich, again, I think you would have come up with bacon, lettuce, tomato, and bread, but you might not have thought of mayonnaise and knife, and you might not have mentioned toast. You might have just mentioned bread, but we all know a good BLT is toasted. So those little nuances in language are what will help set you apart, and our software will help you build that roadmap. So give Content Maxima analysis a try, and if it works for you, we'd love to have you subscribe and give us more feedback so we can make this software even better.